The universe is one of the greatest mysteries humanity has ever faced. For millennia, we've looked up at the stars, wondering what lies beyond. As our understanding of the cosmos has evolved, we've been forced to confront some staggering ideas. None more fascinating or puzzling than the concept of a universe without borders. This idea suggests that the universe might not have any definitive edges, and as mind-bending as that is, it has far-reaching implications for everything we think we know about space, time, and even the nature of reality itself. In this video, we're going to explore what it really means for the universe to have no borders. We'll dig into how this changes our understanding of space-time, physics, and cosmology. By the end, you'll have a whole new perspective on the universe, and maybe even on your own place within it. The infinite universe. A journey beyond our imagination. Let's start by tackling the idea of infinity. Most of us understand infinity in a mathematical sense. It's a number that goes on forever. But when we apply this concept to the universe, things get a lot more complicated. We're talking about a universe that stretches endlessly in all directions, with no edges or limits in the end frontier. It's more than just theory. Many cosmologists believe the universe could, in fact, be infinite. But how do we wrap our minds around something so vast, so limitless, that it defies the basic understanding of space and size? Think about this. Everything we can observe in the universe, planets, stars, galaxies, is only a tiny portion of what's really out there. The observable universe is limited by the speed of light, meaning we can only see objects whose light has had time to reach us since the universe's birth about 13.8 billion years ago. But beyond that observable horizon, there's more, potentially an infinite amount of more. So, what does it mean for the universe to be infinite? If you were to board a spaceship and travel in a straight line, would you ever hit a wall? Would you eventually run out of space? The idea of a universe without borders suggests that no, you wouldn't hit a wall. You'd never reach the end. You could travel through galaxies forever without ever encountering a boundary. But what's even more mind-boggling is that in an infinite universe, every possible arrangement of matter could exist. That means somewhere out there, there could be another Earth, another version of you, living a different life. Space itself is expanding. One of the strangest things about a borderless universe is that it's not just sitting still, it's expanding. Edwin Hubble's discovery in 1929 showed us that galaxies are moving away from each other, which means the universe itself is growing. But it's not expanding the way you might think, like a balloon getting bigger. Instead, it's the fabric of space itself that's stretching, which makes galaxies drift farther apart. But here's the paradox. How can something infinite expand? If the universe has no borders, where is there room for it to grow? This is one of the most intriguing questions in modern cosmology. The answer lies in the nature of space and time itself. Space isn't just an empty void. It's something that can stretch and expand. Galaxies aren't moving through space. They're being carried along as space grows. So even if the universe is infinite, it can still get bigger in the sense that the distances between galaxies are increasing. Imagine dots on the surface of a balloon. As the balloon inflates, the dots move farther apart, but the surface has no edges. You could walk around it forever without falling off. While this is a simplified way to look at it, it helps us grasp how an infinite, expanding universe might work. But the real mind twister is that in a truly infinite universe, even as it expands, there's no outside for it to expand into. The shape of the universe. A cosmic puzzle to understand the nature of an infinite universe. We also need to consider its shape. This might sound like a strange question. How can something as vast as the universe have a shape? But this is a crucial issue because the shape of the universe can tell us a lot about its size, its fate, and whether or not it has borders. There are three main possibilities for the shape of the universe: flat, closed, and open. Flat universe. In this model, the universe stretches out in all directions like a flat plane that goes on forever. If the universe is flat, it means space and time are infinite, and you could theoretically travel forever without hitting any kind of boundary. Closed universe. A closed universe is like the surface of a sphere. In this scenario, if you traveled far enough in one direction, you'd eventually end up back where you started. just like traveling around the Earth. This type of universe is finite, but it has no borders, just like how Earth's surface is finite, but has no edges. Open universe. An open universe curves outward and expands indefinitely. In this model, the universe will keep expanding forever, but unlike the flat universe, it would do so with increasing curvature, creating a universe that expands endlessly without ever curving back in on itself. The data we've gathered so far, especially from the cosmic microwave background radiation, suggests that the universe is flat, or very close to it. This means that the universe could be infinite, continuing to expand forever with no borders. But whether it's truly infinite or simply beyond our ability to measure is still up for debate. What lies beyond the observable universe? We've touched on the observable universe, but let's go deeper. The observable universe is defined by how far light has traveled since the Big Bang, about 46.5 billion light years in every direction from Earth. But what about beyond that? Is there an edge where the universe just stops, or does it keep going forever? Most cosmologists believe that the universe extends far beyond the observable limits, potentially infinitely. But here's where it gets tricky. Because the universe is expanding, some galaxies beyond our observable horizon are moving away from us faster than the speed of light. This means their light will never reach us, effectively making them invisible forever. As time goes on, more galaxies will cross this cosmic event horizon, slipping beyond our view. But just because we can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. If the universe is infinite, then beyond the observable universe lies more universe. More galaxies, more stars, more planets, and possibly even more life. The multiverse. Infinite universes, infinite realities. Now let's take things up a notch and talk about the multiverse. The multiverse theory suggests that our universe is just one of many, perhaps an infinite number of universes. According to this theory, our universe is like a bubble in a vast sea of other universes, each with its own laws of physics, dimensions, and possibilities. Some of these universes might be similar to ours, while others could be completely different. There could be universes where the laws of gravity don't apply, or where time flows backward, or where life evolved in ways we can't even imagine. There could even be versions of you living out different other lives, making different choices, experiencing different realities. In an infinite multiverse, anything that can happen will happen, an infinite number of times. The multiverse theory not only expands our concept of infinity, but it also raises deep questions about reality. If there are infinite universes, does that mean every possible outcome of every decision we make is happening somewhere? Does that mean there are infinite versions of each of us living in different universes? It's a concept that pushes the limits of what we can even imagine. Time in an infinite universe. When we talk about a universe without borders, we also have to think about time. In our everyday experience, time seems linear. Events happen one after another from the past to the future. But in an infinite universe, time might not be as straightforward as we think. Some scientists speculate that time itself could be infinite, meaning the universe never truly had a beginning and won't have an end. This idea is closely tied to the multiverse theory, where each universe could have its own version of time, independent of the others. If time is infinite, the universe may continue to exist forever, but that raises another question. Will the universe keep expanding forever, or will it eventually collapse back in on itself, in what scientists call the Big Crunch? Or will it reach a point where all the stars burn out and the universe becomes a cold, dark void? These are the big, unanswered questions that scientists are still trying to figure out, and the answers could change everything we know about the future of the cosmos. The never-ending quest for knowledge, the idea of a universe without borders, forces us to confront some of the deepest, most mind-bending questions we can ask. What does it mean for space to have no edges? How can the universe be both infinite and expanding? What lies beyond the observable universe? And could there be other universes out there beyond our own? These are not just abstract, philosophical questions. They have real implications for how we understand the cosmos and our place in it. The idea of an infinite universe challenges us to push the boundaries of what we know, to think beyond what we can see and measure, and to accept the possibility that the universe is far more complex than we ever imagined. In the end, the quest for knowledge is what drives us forward. Even though we may never fully understand the infinite nature of the universe, asking these questions brings us closer to the truth. As we continue exploring the mysteries of the cosmos, we must stay open to new ideas, new discoveries, and new possibilities. Because in a universe without borders, there's always more to learn.